Ambassador Pete, the floor is yours. Thank you very much for joining us.
Great, Yvette, thank you. And it's very nice to be with you and to have an open dialogue about the transatlantic relationship. First off, if you can see the tie, no, I know it is October, but I'm already tired of the darker days, the rain every day, and the and the coolness. And so I thought I would put on my happy tie this morning so that I can be reminded of the tulips and the bicycles, the things that we enjoy so much about the Netherlands. Diane enjoys the tulips. I enjoy the bicycling. And so this morning, regardless of what it looks like outside, regardless that it is now the first week of October, I'm believing it is the beginning of April. The tulips are out, and I am on my bicycle, bicycling around the Netherlands. I am a fair weather biker. I don't like to bike in the rain, and I don't like to bike in the cold, but I've been doing it just to keep myself at least a little bit in shape. But thank you for joining us. You know, a couple of weeks ago, as American ambassadors, we had 16 of the European ambassadors from the United States to various countries across Europe. We got together. We had some officials from Washington, from the State Department there, who are also meeting with us to talk about our experiences over the last 2.5 years in Europe, but also always looking forward. What is the message moving forward? What is the message to our allies and those types of things, especially as we are, in some very challenging times. Of course, everybody right now is focused on the pandemic. They are focused on COVID, but there's a lot of underlying issues that are out there. The threat from what happens after COVID is part of the COVID crisis, but as we deal with the health parameters of COVID, what about the economic recovery? What about the challenges that we face from China, that we face from Russia, and all of those types of things? What does that mean for the transatlantic relationship? Where does it go moving forward? And I think that with unanimity and with the direction that we get from Washington, this is not a decision that we as ambassadors have the right to make. We follow the direction that is established for us by the administration, funneled through the State Department. The message is very, very clear. If anything, we've learned over the last 8-9 months of COVID that the transatlantic relationship is strong and that the transatlantic relationship moving forward has to become even stronger. Whether it's dealing with a health crisis or whether it's dealing with an economic crisis or whether it's dealing with a military crisis. It is the transatlantic relationship that is the absolutely most important relationship for the United States of America. How have we seen that? As countries, we've all seen, the cooperation that we have experienced in dealing with COVID. It is our companies, whether it is, Johnson & Johnson in the U.S., Janssen here in the Netherlands, whether it is Philips here in the Netherlands, or whether it's Philips in the United States where they build respirators, whether it's AstraZeneca in the UK, whether it's the UK government, whether it's the French government, the Dutch government, the US government through various agencies. We have recognized that by working together, we are coming up with solutions for improving treatments. We are on the road to a vaccine, perhaps quicker than the free world has ever developed a vaccine before, a vaccine that we will have confidence in. In the United States, the president announced it. The various agencies have implemented it, and it was called Operation Warp Speed. Sure, it's a program that America put in place, but the only reason that we are optimistic that we will get success on this is because of the cooperation that we have had on a global basis with democracies, free markets, our economies, our companies working together and working in a coordinated way, that we actually will achieve the objectives that we've established, which is identify more treatments, better treatments, quicker, and to get to a vaccine and get to sufficient quantities of vaccines that we will be able to provide them not only to ourselves, but also to other parts of the world. So everything that we have experienced over the last 9 months have said the transatlantic relationship is what is enabling us to be successful and is enabling us to move forward and is enabling us to move forward more quickly than what we've ever done before. And that is why our focus is trying to do everything we can to strengthen that transatlantic relationship. Because as we look forward, the challenges are there. We know what the challenges are. How do we deal with the challenge of China? We want to do business with China. We want to do business that increases the opportunity and the scope of our relationships with China, but we want to do it on a level playing field. We want to address the military challenges that we face, and we believe that the most effective way to do that is to have a very, very strong NATO. Again, the transatlantic relationship. And to do that, we believe that we bring together the strengths of Europe and we bring the strengths of the United States of America. We believe in markets. We believe in human rights. We believe in the rule of law and the string of things that form the foundation for our societies. We have so much more in common than what separates us. And these are the things that we want to preserve, we want to protect, and we want to strengthen. We believe in how we function, and we think it's what makes us special. All of us that have those kinds of values that enable us to put in place the very success that we have seen facing COVID. And we believe that if we bring together our strengths and we implement those differently, not significantly differently, but there are differences in how we approach some of these things, how we approach markets, the role of government, the size of government, taxation, all of those types of things. But basically we embrace those core values. And we think that when we do that, we will have the opportunity to lead and, dare I say, dominate in a number of the challenges that we have moving forward. Because it is about where will we be in the future. We found ourselves in a position where on 5G, one of the important technology innovations that we're working through right now, that the West found itself in kind of an awkward position. We were not clearly the leader. We're competitive because of the success of a few European companies and a few companies out of Asia. But overall, we weren't the clear front runners in that, and we don't want to be in that position again. And so we think it's absolutely important that in a number of the areas that are going to be critical moving into the future, the United States and Europe, the transatlantic relationship, sets the pace for where we are going to go. Where are we going in the digital world? Where are we going in the world of healthcare, of health? Where are we going in the world of science? Where are we going in the world of defense, national security? Where are we going in the world of artificial intelligence? Where are we going in the world of space? These are all areas that, because of the rapid change that we are seeing today, and that change is only going to accelerate in the future, working together, we have the opportunity to lead in each of those areas. And we believe it's critically important that Western societies, Western democracies, Western markets, the transatlantic relationship be positioned to lead in each of those areas. And we believe that by taking the strengths of Europe and taking the strengths of North America and collaborating and cooperating more intensely than what we've ever done before, we will have the opportunity to lead in each of those areas. And when we do that, what we do is we ensure the continued peace and prosperity of our countries and of our peoples. We also ensure the security of our peoples, our countries moving forward. And that's what we want to accomplish. And we will then also be in a position, because we are generous people. Europe and America, the transatlantic relationship, we are generous people. We will share our prosperity and our knowledge with the rest of the world. But what we want to make sure is that we have the leadership position in each of those areas, so that in 5 years and 10 years, we can be talking about, in this area, this is where the Dutch lead. And in this area, because of the collaborative effort, maybe a center of knowledge will be Germany. And we'll say, this is where the Germans lead. This is where the French lead. This is where America leads. This is the effect of a collaborative effort. That is our road and our vision of where we move in the future. So strengthening the transatlantic relationship is absolutely critical to us. And with that, I'm going to turn it over back to Yvette, and we will take whatever questions you may have. Looking forward to the discussion and the dialogue.